Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that often sparks a lot of debate and confusion. The Waqf Act in India. We're going to talk about the problems within this act and why some people believe it's a one-sided, unfair law that needs urgent reform. What is the Waqf Act? The Waqf Act was originally established to regulate the administration of Waqf properties in India. So, what exactly is a Waqf property? In Islamic law, Waqf refers to a donation of property for religious or charitable purposes. The donor relinquishes ownership, with the property intended to serve the public good, like maintaining mosques, providing community support, or funding charitable work. The Waqf Act was meant to oversee these properties, ensuring they were managed in line with their original purpose. However, this law has faced significant criticism over the years for its administration and impact on property rights. While the concept might sound straightforward and beneficial, the process of declaring properties as Waqf in India has led to numerous controversies. Properties can be designated as Waqf not only by families who willingly donate their land but also by the Waqf boards themselves, with little requirement for due diligence or investigation. This means that a property can sometimes be declared Waqf without the owner's full knowledge or consent. This lack of transparency in how the law is applied has led to significant legal disputes and calls for reform. Issues with the Waqf Act. Now let's look at some of the major issues within the current Waqf Act that have led people to label it as biased or unfair. Control and authority of the Waqf boards. The Waqf boards, which are semi-governmental bodies, are in charge of managing Waqf properties. However, they wield substantial power in the interpretation of what qualifies as Waqf property. If they declare a property as Waqf, they assume authority over it. In many cases, this can happen with very little evidence or justification. What makes this particularly concerning is that the board's powers extend even to the point of seizing property without a transparent process. There have been instances where property disputes have escalated, and individuals or families who have lived on or owned land for decades have suddenly found themselves in lengthy battles to reclaim their rights. This perceived lack of accountability has led many to view the Waqf Act as a tool that can be misused, often leaving property owners feeling helpless and unfairly treated. A perceived lack of justice for non-Muslim property owners. One of the core criticisms is that the Waqf Act doesn't provide adequate protection or avenues of defense for non-Muslims or those who may have acquired land in good faith. If a property is declared as Waqf, its ownership and control shift to the Waqf Board, often with limited compensation or even awareness given to the existing owners. This imbalance has caused resentment, as it often appears that the law gives undue favor to one group while leaving others with fewer options to defend their own property. This perception of injustice isn't healthy for a multicultural society, where everyone should feel that laws apply fairly to all, regardless of religious affiliation. Minimal scope for legal recourse. The current Waqf Act is particularly controversial because it severely limits the legal options for those who want to contest a property being declared as Waqf. Property owners, even those with legitimate ownership claims, face limited ways to defend their rights through the courts. In many instances, legal decisions favor the Waqf Board due to the constraints imposed by the Act, leaving affected property owners without any effective remedy. Without accessible and fair legal recourse, citizens have few options for seeking justice. The idea of a fair legal system is one that provides balance and equality to all parties, but the restrictive nature of the Waqf Act is viewed as falling short in this regard. Why reform is necessary? Given the issues above, it becomes clear why so many people are pushing for reforms to the Waqf Act. Reforming this law would not only address the specific challenges that property owners face but also help create a more inclusive and balanced legal system that respects everyone's property rights. The need for reform stems from the principle of fairness. If a law disproportionately favors one group and restricts another from accessing justice, it fosters a sense of exclusion and discrimination. This isn't about opposing any particular group, rather, it's about ensuring that every citizen feels secure in their rights and properties. A reformed Waqf Act could prevent unnecessary property disputes, reduce public grievances, and ensure that the Act serves its true purpose, supporting genuine religious and charitable efforts without infringing on individual rights. Proposed changes. To make the Waqf Act fairer and more balanced, here are some suggested changes. Increased transparency. To avoid misuse of the Act, a standardized and transparent process should be established for declaring properties as Waqf. This process could include providing strong evidence, such as historical documents or official records, proving the property's relevance to Waqf. Additionally, affected individuals should be notified and given a chance to contest these declarations openly before a final decision is made. More legal recourse options. The Act should include provisions allowing affected parties to appeal and contest decisions made by the Waqf Board. Ideally, independent judicial bodies should have the authority to review these cases, rather than leaving all power within the board itself. This would create a more balanced legal process where everyone has the right to a fair defense. Independent review committees. One proposed solution is the formation of review committees that include members from multiple communities to oversee the declaration of properties as Waqf. These committees could act as checks and balances, ensuring that decisions aren't made arbitrarily and reflect a balanced perspective. This approach could build trust and reduce disputes by ensuring that a variety of perspectives are considered. In conclusion, the call for reform isn't about diminishing the importance of Waqf properties or undermining the contributions of any religious community. Rather, it's about ensuring that the law respects the rights of every Indian citizen, regardless of their background. A fair and transparent legal framework benefits everyone, strengthening the principles of equality and justice that form the backbone of a democratic society. Reforming the Waqf Act can pave the way for a better, more inclusive India, where all property owners feel secure and laws are applied equitably. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to help spread awareness. Let's work together towards a legal system that serves all citizens fairly.